Alright, here is another application involving lines, and let's check it out. We got a rental car, which costs $45 plus a fixed charge. $45 plus a fixed charge per mile. Alright, I'm going to stop right now. I see fixed charge per mile, As soon as I see fixed charge per mile, it seems like we're adding this, which appears to be our initial cost, with some sort of rate cost. Well, what do we know about rates? If you watch my previous applications, rate stands for slope. All right, rate stands for slope. All right, so whenever you have a slope, I think we're talking about a linear equation here. So let's see what happens. The total charge for 450 miles of use is $102. Okay, $102. So the total charge for 150 miles is $102. All right, we got that. Write an equation for cost. All right, write an equation for cost. All right, in terms of miles driven, X. All right, so it appears that we're writing an equation. What type of equation? Since we have a rate, we're talking about an average rate. Okay, an average rate. Well, average rate refers to slope. And what type of equation has a slope? You guessed it, a linear equation. We're looking for a linear equation here. Our linear equation, what do we need? Well, I always say we need a point and we need a slope. Okay, we need a point and a slope. And the equation we're going to try to fill it in here is m our slope, x minus x1. I use point slope form, and then y1. All right, so let's put this into terms that we're going to be using here. C is going to be our y value, because that's where our output's going to be, so we're going to figure out our cost. In terms of x, which is miles driven. All right, cost miles driven. All right. So we're going to have x here. Do we have a point? Well, it appears, since this is our initial cost, that means that when we don't have any miles driven, we still have to pay $45. All right. So our x and then c, $45 just to start it up. So we're going to take that point and plug it in. So I got x minus 0 plus 45. Now this point slope form, a lot of students, all right, a lot of teachers will show slope intercept form. I prefer always to use point slope form because I always want to get across to my students, at least, is that the essentials to create a line are a point and a slope, or a point and a slope. All right, not always a line intercept. It's great when you have one, but a point and slope is the key. All right, and you can simplify from there. And we will in a little bit. All right, so we got our point. Now let's find our average rate, our slope. Now, they don't really tell us our slope. They just say that we're trying to fix a fixed charge per mile. So, well, it says that we have a total charge for 450 miles. We have to pay $102. All right, well, that probably could help us get our slope, because if we take this, all right, because we're looking for y cost, all right, $102, and we traveled 450 miles. So we're going to do dollars per mile. That's where we're looking, right? All right. So what we can do is find out what that slope's going to be. Well, actually, that is our slope. 102, all right, and 450. So we can actually take that slope and put it in here. 102 and 450. If you want to go to your calculator, you probably could take your calculator and you can put that in there to find out what that decimal is going to be. If you want a decimal, see if it's going to be nice. 102 divided by 450. All right, press enter. See what happens here. You get a nice decimal? No, not really. If you go to your calculator and press math, and you can go to fraction, you can actually take that and we'll simplify everything for you. Pretty nice. So let's see what they give us here. All right, 17/75. All right, so 17. All right, 17 over 75. All right, so we're going to simplify this. We will. We're going to take 17 over 75. I believe that's what it was. We got x minus 0, which is going to be x, plus our 45. So you see how this transforms into slope intercept form. And we have it. Write an equation of cost in terms of miles driven. There it is. So for every mile driven, we have to pay an extra $17.75. So, which is just about 20 cents. If you go back to our problem, you can see that about 23 cents, all right, per mile. 23 cents per mile. Okay. So 23 cents, 20 cents per mile. All right, and that's what we're kind of talking about here for our slope. Well, here's our equation. We answered the problem. Once again, kind of summarize, when you talk about an application, they usually give you initial cost. Whenever they say a fixed charge per mile, the per meaning a slope, a rate, you know it's going to be linear. And then we actually, in this case, we have the finer slope by taking our rise of our run. All right, so figuring out what our y values are. In this case was our c, or cost. That's why we put cost, which was $102, divided by our miles, which was 450. Because we're always thinking about what is our y over x, y over x. All right, hope that helps you out. And we're going to do one more application problem, and hope this helps you out for future ones. All right, good luck and God bless.